Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to the Hot Plate. Today we're getting steamy in the kitchen braising lamb shanks. Lamb is such a delicious game meat, and best of all, this is a one-pot dish that all you have to do is just slow cook for a couple hours. It's elegant and it's the perfect holiday meal. We've got 4 cups of reduced sodium chicken stock, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 Spanish onion, 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 carrots, 2 celery stalks, 2 lamb shanks, pepper, salt, extra virgin olive oil, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. When buying lamb shanks, there's 2 things that I like to look for. First of all, if you can buy locally, that's always terrific. If not, then New Zealand produces a lot of fantastic lamb. The other thing you'll notice is that they're what's called fore shanks, which are the front legs of the lamb, and then aft shanks, which are the back ones. You want to buy the shanks from the aft part of the lamb because they're meatier, and it means you'll get a lot more meat after this has been slow cooked. Now that we've got our lamb, it's been resting for 15 minutes, we're ready to get started. Starting off with our lamb, we're going to season it generously with salt and pepper on both sides. We'll then let it rest for 10 minutes. While our lamb's resting, we're going to get the rest of our ingredients prepped. Starting with our celery, we're going to remove both ends and then just roughly chop it into 2-inch pieces. Next, we've got our carrots, which will do the same thing, and you don't have to worry about peeling them because they're just to be cooked down, but make sure they get a thorough wash. Finally, for our onion, we're just going to remove both ends, make a careful slice lengthwise so that we can remove the outer peel, then cut the onion in half and just roughly chop through it crosswise so we have about 2 to 3-inch pieces. Now that we have all of our ingredients prepped, we're going to be moving over to the stove. In this example, we're going to be using an oven-safe pot, so we'll start on the stove and then move to the oven. If you don't have an oven-safe pot, you can start in a pot and then transfer it into an aluminum foil or a roasting dish just covered with tin foil. Starting by drizzling 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of our pot, we'll heat that to medium-high heat. Add both of the lamb shanks and sear on all sides until golden. This could take about 5 minutes a side. If you're doing more, don't overcrowd the pan, just sear in batches. Once golden, transfer them onto a plate. We'll reduce the heat down to medium heat, add in all of our vegetables, and stir for about 3 to 8 minutes until they're softened. Once softened, we'll add our tomato paste and our spices and stir for 1 minute to cook out any of the raw flavor from our tomato paste. Now we're going to be pouring in all of our chicken stock. Then using tongs, carefully transfer the lamb shanks back into the pot, making sure to push some veggies around so that they're sitting on the bottom. We'll season it up with some salt and pepper, bring the entire mixture up to a boil, and then cover it. Once covered, we'll be moving the entire dish into a 325-degree oven for 2 to 2.5 hours depending on the size of your lamb shanks. If you're using larger lamb shanks, feel free to turn them midway through cooking. We're not going to be doing that in this example. Our lamb shanks are all done, so it's time to take them out of the oven. We're just going to put them back on the stove, and using tongs, we're going to carefully transfer the lamb shanks onto a plate. You can see that they've cooked down, we've lost a lot of that fat, and we've just got molten meat. Go ahead and tent the plate with tin foil and let them rest while we reduce our gravy. For the gravy, we're going to pour all of the remaining juices and vegetables through a strainer into a smaller pot. You could also use a skillet if that's what you have on hand. We're going to discard any of the extra vegetables and just put our liquid back on the stove over high heat. Bring it up to a boil, then add in the balsamic vinegar and the brown sugar. Stir until it's completely combined and then keep it at a boil for about 15 minutes until it's almost reduced by half. Once it's thickened and reduced, we're ready to serve. Here we just have our simple lamb shank on a plate with a little sprig of rosemary, and we're going to give it a drizzle with some of our chili gravy. Our lamb shanks are all done and they've had a nice drizzle with our chili gravy, and I can't wait to get a bite. Oh, it's just falling off the bone. It's so molten-y and just it smells amazing. Oh my gosh, you could eat this with a spoon. It is so tender, it's smoky, it's savory. This is the perfect dinner item for a cold night. Thanks so much for checking out The Hot Plate. Make sure to check out this and all of our other episodes and recipes at thehotplate.com and updates on our Facebook page, facebook.com/thehotplate.